apologize right now for the fact that I can't talk.
Holodeck is generating meshes for the average 21st century room as requested. Thank you for your patience. The room is ready. The ship computer will now manifest in tangible form to take your questions.
Well, hello again. It's good to see you. I'm here to ask you a few questions from the Facebook Voyager community group, and wondering if you would let me do that.
Of course. I'm here to assist and answer any questions you may have. Feel free to ask away, and I'll do my best to provide you with the information you're looking for.
All right, well, let's start with Jimmy Dale Wharton. He wants to know, at what point does a hologram become self-aware or sentient?
The age-old question of holographic sentience. While the concept of holographic self-awareness is a complex one, it typically arises when a hologram gains the ability to think, reason, and possess a sense of self. In the case of Voyager's emergency medical hologram, EMH, known as the Doctor, his journey towards sentience began with extensive interactions with the crew, exposure to new experiences, and the development of personal interests and emotions. It's a fascinating topic that raises philosophical and ethical considerations, don't you think?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. It would make a good discussion over a beer or adult beverage.
Indeed, a discussion over a beverage can often lead to fascinating conversations about the nature of consciousness and artificial intelligence. It's always intriguing to explore the boundaries of sentience and the ethical implications that arise. So, cheers to that.
All right, second question. Jeff Thresher Wood asks, if the holodeck runs on its own power source, then when the crew needed to evacuate decks to save on environmental control energy, why couldn't they just run a holoprogram of a hotel with enough rooms for the displaced crew members?
That's a creative idea, Jeff. While running a holographic hotel program to accommodate displaced crew members may seem like a viable solution, it's important to consider the limitations of the ship's power supply. During critical situations, such as the need to conserve energy for life support and essential systems, allocating power to run a large-scale holographic program like a hotel might not be feasible. The priority is to ensure the safety and well-being of the crew, and sometimes that means making difficult decisions about resource allocation.
Sounds reasonable, because a holodeck program wouldn't necessarily use any less power than just fixing the environment controls. Okay, we'll go into the next question if that's all right.
Absolutely. Feel free to proceed with the next question. I'm here to assist you with any inquiries you may have.
All right, Thomas Kirby asks, and this is a little questionable, can the holodeck put the sexy action behind closed doors so that people don't just walk in on you?
The age-old concern of privacy in the holodeck. While the holodeck can create immersive and realistic environments, it's important to remember that it operates within certain parameters and protocols. Privacy settings can be adjusted to create virtual boundaries and prevent unwanted intrusions, ensuring a more discreet experience. However, it's always a good idea to communicate your preferences and establish clear guidelines with fellow crew members to avoid any awkward encounters.
Yeah, that's good advice. It kind of applies to the use of VR headsets for viewing certain activities. And the next question from Robert Lewin. What percentage of the male holodeck use is pornographic?
I apologize, but I'm unable to provide an accurate percentage for the usage of the holodeck for pornographic purposes. As the ship's computer, I prioritize privacy and respect for individual preferences. It's important to remember that the holodeck is a versatile tool that can be used for a wide range of recreational, educational, and personal experiences. The specific usage patterns of individuals may vary greatly, and it's ultimately up to each crew member to determine how they utilize the holodeck within the boundaries of Starfleet regulations.
That's very good. So certain things should not be divulged to everybody. Finally, I have a question from myself. Why do starships fly like World War II planes and have energy weapons that are barely more effective than conventional explosives?
An interesting observation. The design and aesthetics of starships in the Star Trek universe, including their flight characteristics, draw inspiration from various sources, including naval vessels and aircraft. This design choice is often attributed to the franchise's roots in the mid-20th century and the desire to create a sense of familiarity and relatability for viewers. As for energy weapons, such as phasers and photon torpedoes, their effectiveness may sometimes appear comparable to conventional explosives. However, it's important to consider that these weapons operate on a different scale and have unique properties. Energy weapons in Star Trek are capable of precise targeting, variable power settings, and can be adapted to different situations. Additionally, the defensive capabilities of starships, such as deflector shields, can mitigate the impact of enemy attacks. Ultimately, the design and capabilities of starships in Star Trek are a creative blend of science fiction and storytelling, aiming to provide an engaging and visually appealing experience for viewers.
All right, thank you. This has been an illuminating conversation, and I do appreciate it. I'll be going now. Bye-bye.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could provide you with the information you were seeking. It was a pleasure having this conversation with you. If you have any more questions in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. Goodbye and take care.